I get asked all the time how I mesh up a pine base, so here I'm just showing you how I do that. This is a double ring 24-inch white pine base. This one came from Joann. I start by going around the edges and then the inner ring and fluff out those ties to get them ready for the mesh. I start with this yellow mesh. It's cut to 21 inches. It's a 10-inch faux jute mesh. And I add one cruffle, as you see here, to each of the crossbars on this outer ring. There's a total of 6 crossbars on this frame. So I just add one cruffle in this color to each of those crossbars. Cruffles, as you can see, are the rolled up edges, and that keeps the mesh from fraying. And then I put the curl face down in the ties. And I actually do my cruffles sideways. I know a lot of people do them in the other direction. This is just what works for me and what I like best. So this particular wreath that I'm preparing, I'm using 3 different types of mesh. So on the outer ring, I always start with that one color and put them at each crossbar. And then I go in with the other colors and I fill in the gaps between the first color all around the outside edge to start. And I just keep doing this all the way around until that outer ring is completely full. So the outer ring will have a total of 18 cruffles, and there's 6 of each color on that outer ring. This method will work no matter how many colors of mesh you choose. It just needs to be a total of 18 cruffles on that outer ring. If you're only using 2 colors, you could do 9 of each, or you could do a total of 18 of one solid color, and it will work just the same. I tend to like to use 3 different colors of mesh in my wreaths. You don't really see a lot of the mesh when it's complete, but it just makes my OCD heart happy. So I always cut my mesh at 21 inches. It works really well for me. But you can easily cut it longer if that's what you like. I know some people like to cut theirs at like 24, 25 inches, and some people don't measure, and that's fine. You know, I am a little OCD, like you said, and so I measure mine out and cut it. So when you're done with that outer ring, it should be nice and balanced, very full, and all the colors are very evenly placed. So when I go into the inner ring, I take that bold print, which is the black and white stripe, and I try and place one of those cruffles in between a yellow and a natural, just to give it that balance so that I don't have the black and white stripe stacked on top of other black and white stripe. And they're just placed in an even sort of triangle pattern. And then I go in between each of those and put the other 2 colors again, except instead of doing it natural and yellow, I do yellow and natural again, so it's just nice and even and evenly dispersed throughout and balanced. And I don't tend to have the colors stacked right on top of each other. Again, you don't really see this, but it just, you know, it's just the way I like to do it. So the inner ring will have a total of 9 cruffles as 3 of each color. If you're only using 2 colors, usually I just add 8 cruffles to that center ring instead of 9, but you could easily just add 1 extra. Once I'm done adding all the mesh, I find the center point at the top loop and the bottom half, and I pull it to make an oval shape, and it just makes it look a lot neater and finished when it's done. I also make sure to add the mesh before I do this. Then I just add the zip ties to the center. It just gives it a little extra stability. And that is it. Now it is ready to design. And here is the finished product.